Draymond Green actually leaving the court. He's upset.
Morant from half court. Oh, he puts it in! Behind the back. Ah! An excellent rebounder grabs that. Morant back to Clark. Layup is good. Here comes Green, 1-on-3.
Oh, look at Morant coming out of nowhere.
Wow. Through it to Conchar. Lob.
You know, when the news came out about Ja Morant flashing the gun on live while in the car, I was thinking, why is this being covered again? I thought he had already been suspended for 8 games. It's over. The season is over. He talked about how he was going to be changing and moving forward. But no, it was not the same incident. Ja was just suspended for the second time for basically doing the same thing. The previous situation was back on March 4th, 2023 at Shotgun Willie's outside of Denver, Colorado. He rented out the VIP area, paid for some dancers, dropped thousands of dollars on them, and was acting like he was shooting some kind of music video, streaming live on IG, dangling a gun, rapping lyrics to a song by YoungBoy NBA. He spent at least $50,000 at the club that night. That's the club where the wife of Glendale, Colorado's mayor is majority owner. When that first situation happened, social media went crazy. Ja went viral for all of the wrong reasons. He deactivated his Instagram and Twitter accounts. It was reported that he entered a counseling program in Florida, and he ended up getting suspended for 8 games. Ja and the Grizzlies got knocked out of the first round of the playoffs by LeBron and the Lakers. Ja blamed his off-the-court issues for his performance.
How do you evaluate yourself as the leader of this team this year, and how do you think you can grow in that area?
I just got to be better, with my decision making. That's pretty much it. Off the court issues, affected us as a organization, pretty much. So yeah, just more discipline.
Ja's off-court trouble started on Twitter just as he was becoming the NBA's latest superstar towards the end of the 21-22 season. He allegedly threatened a guy on Twitter who was trolling him over a woman he was dating. Then that summer during the offseason, his mother was at the mall at Finish Line. She got into some sort of dispute with one of the employees there, so she did what a toxic mother would do. She called her son to come deal with the Finish Line employee. It was reported that Ja showed up to the mall with about 8 or 9 guys. The head of security tried to get Ja and his crew out of the mall. According to the security guard, someone in Ja's camp pushed him in the head. As the group was leaving the premises, Ja allegedly said, quote, "Let me find out what time he gets off." Then 4 days later, he was at his house. Ja was playing a pickup game and got into a fight with a 17-year-old boy. In reports, Ja was accused of punching the boy 12 to 13 times after the game. The teenager was guarding Ja. The ball reportedly hit Ja in the face, and then that's when he pounced on the teenager. Ja then went inside of his house and returned with a gun visible in his waistband. The NBA star told police in an interview that he was acting in self-defense after the boy threw a basketball at his head. Then in September 2022, just a couple of months later, there was an incident at a volleyball game at Houston High School in Germantown, Tennessee. Apparently, somebody was talking crazy and cursing at Ja's little sister. His mom called him. That's when he showed up there with his baby girl, along with a group of men. Ja's mother, Jamie, got involved. She said, "Which one of y'all called her a B?" One of the men that came with Ja got past the police and went to where the students were. That man is accused of slapping a student's phone out of their hands for attempting to take a picture and then threatened to beat their behinds. Witnesses claimed they saw a gun, but the police there on the scene said they did not see one. Then there was another incident. It happened in January 2023, following a game between the Indiana Pacers and Memphis. That was January 29th. It was reported that Ja and his acquaintances aggressively confronted members of the Pacers near the Pacers team bus just outside the arena. Then later, someone in a slow-moving SUV, which Ja was riding in, pointed a red laser on them. They believed the laser was attached to a gun, but didn't have evidence to support the claims, according to authorities. So that was in January 2023. Then you had the incident at the club in Colorado, March 2023. And now the latest incident on IG, May 2023, causing another suspension for Ja. This time he's expected to be suspended for a longer period of time, but no one knows what the NBA will do at this point. In my opinion, all of this is just too much. Prior to the 2022-23 season, Ja agreed to a 5-year extension with the Grizzlies that is projected to be worth $194 million. His extension could increase to $233 million if he's named MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, or if he earned an All-NBA selection. He's got endorsement deals worth millions. The Nike contract is $12 million. I don't know, but it sounds like Ja should be in the gym somewhere working to be named MVP, Defensive Player of the Year or something, to earn that $233 million instead of missing games, possibly losing everything, including his contracts. In Colorado, authorities found that he did not break the law, and in this latest incident, he did not break the law. But the crazy stuff that he's doing is putting him in a position where he could still lose things, where he could be devalued later on in negotiations, or if he continues to get into trouble like this, it could become really serious. I think Ja is trying really hard to be Pookie when there's a Pookie watching somewhere who would trade places with Ja if he could. It's like seeing privileged rich kids with it all. They live in the large mansions, gated communities, but they love going back to the hood to hang out, wanting to fit in with the crowd. It's just silly. I think he's going to have to grow up really fast. Now, I heard Gilbert speaking on this, giving Ja some advice. He found himself in some very silly situations before too. Unnecessary drama, bringing guns to the arena during his professional days, and I thought that his advice would be sound. Take a look.
Let's go back to Ja for a second. What advice would you give Ja now that he hasn't made this All-NBA team, now that his character has been called into question by the people that are responsible and have control over him getting his bag?
But I told you this was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I said this is gonna happen. So he has the most important summer of this man's career is this summer. He better lock himself in the gym, in the house.
You say you need to do?
Huh? Yep. Cut them drip. Come back next year. Yes. Cut his hair. Right? Get a security team. Have at least 3 women as part of that crew.
What the hell are you talking about?
Right? So it don't look thuggish.
Right.
Right? Like Kobe did. Kobe's main security guard was a woman. That big Asian woman who sat outside his door.
Yeah.
Right? Right?
R.I.P. to Kobe, but absolutely not. It's a big no for me. He don't need 3 non-threatening women to be a part of his security team. They're just in a way and a waste of money. I wouldn't trust a woman to protect any man, let alone a $200 million man. All she's gonna do is tell somebody to call 911.
Someone please call 911.
Get some females so if anything happens, they're less aggressive. They think. Right? So when people seeing you walk around, you don't look like a thug, you just look like you're being protected. You start having big old goons and
different energy.
Try not to be seen all summer.
So what could he do?
Go to group homes, visit kids, kiss some babies.
I do agree that Josh should get out of the public right now, at least until 2025. Nothing extra for him, just work, the gym, that's it. Whatever else, he's gonna have to figure out how to do it inside of his home or inside the gym. Stay out of the mall. He could have someone else running his social media and only post footage of him in the gym. I don't want to see Ja anywhere else doing anything else. Not volunteering anywhere or giving back nothing publicly. He's on the verge of possibly losing everything or at least devaluing himself and limiting his income potential. Why would he be out right now acting like he's doing charity? Kissing babies and showing up here and there to donate money does nothing to really fix this situation. I don't recommend just donating time and or money to appease other people because that won't really change people's perception of you, especially today. You could donate all the money and time you want. If people don't want to deal with you or if people won't like you, that won't change a thing. That may have been what people did before, but that's something that you should not do. And then if it's genuine, you don't necessarily need a camera there or proof. Many celebrities and athletes, they give back all the time and we don't know about it. But this whole old school politicking strategy of kissing babies, you can't PR your way out of this. You have to do better and change your behavior for real. And who knows? This could be his last check for a long time. I think Ja should get to saving what he has left, get a budget in place, start planning for the future. Just be prepared just in case. I don't believe that he'll get kicked out of the league, no. But he should still prepare for the worst. When it comes to Gilbert, I don't know what he was talking about. Telling Ja to hire some female bodyguard to seem less aggressive or bring less attention to him. I think that's just stupid and a waste of money. I don't care what's going on. I would never tell him not to have proper security or to have his security look weak. Especially after all this gun toting around Memphis and here and there. That makes no sense. I believe at this point, Ja, he needs more security just in case people come and try him, because he's calling that energy over to himself. He needs real security, strong security, professional security. No women, that's ridiculous. And then Gilbert telling him to cut his hair. Ja's hair is not the problem. Ja is the problem. Now, if he wanted to cut his hair just to do it for himself, fine, do whatever. But I wouldn't say for him to cut his hair just because you want to appear more friendly. To me, he's already friendly looking in public. His problem is flashing guns and putting hands on people. Anger management, conflict resolution, not his hair, or not looking friendly enough. I don't know, but you do have a lot of these celebrity guys, especially the professional sports guys. They've been taught to emasculate themselves, downplay their masculinity and their self-identity, and that's just not cool either. Again, Ja's identity and his hair isn't the problem. Ja is the problem. Sounds like the guy has no chill. He's getting himself in some dumb situations, in places that he should not be, or with people that he should not be with, called to deal with situations that he should have nothing to do with, and then trying really hard to be like a Suge Knight or somebody. I also believe that his mama should stop calling him every time there's a problem. Normally we see this with a mother who raised her son alone, then the son is like her husband. But in this situation, his mama already has a husband. I believe she's married to his dad still. So I just don't understand why his mama will be calling her $200 million son to come down to the shoe store to fight over petty differences, or to go to a high school volleyball game. What are they going through? Then Ja, why would he be playing a pickup game anyway? You are a professional, $200 million professional. I'm sorry, you shouldn't even be doing that. You're worth too much. Playing street games, being in the street, anything dealing with street or something that's not polished and professional, you should not even be involved. In my opinion, it's just not worth it. I think Ja's daddy needs to call a family meeting and get his son in check. Also get his wife and his daughter in check too. Make sure they don't get themselves involved in anything that can also jeopardize the family cash cow. I don't care what happened at finish line. Ja shouldn't even be going up there anyway, acting like a heathen with a bunch of other heathens. What's wrong with him? I think they all need anger management and conflict resolution, especially Ja. This guy could become the leader of the NBA. Young guy, only 23 years old. He's about to blow it all for himself, his daughter, his future family, his mom, dad, and sister. He's elevated his whole family. He got a mansion. His mom and dad got a mansion. They're like right next door. He got a new car. They got new cars. So many people are depending on him, but none of them are protecting him. Hold him accountable before he end up behind bars or 6 feet under and y'all ends up in the poorhouse. And then who are all these so-called friends he's hanging out with too? There's no way he's got real friends. Just like most celebrities, almost everybody around them, they're fake, they're yes men, they can't tell them the truth, and most of them are on the payroll. All they do is agree with everything so they can stick around and keep getting money for as long as they can. And they don't care if Ja ruins his life. They don't intend to get resources from him forever anyway. So they are all there just for a good time, not a long time. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. His last suspension was 8 games without pay. How do you think the NBA should handle it this time? Shout out to Sanctuary of Wonder Home. I appreciate you for all of your support, as well as our brother Dark Power. Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to like and share.